What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and whoa, look at this. Is this a surprise? Are you shocked? Are you amazed that there are positive social media reactions coming from critics who were carefully vetted by Disney and know good and goddamn well if they say one word out of line, they are never invited to the cookout again? Are you shocked? Oh my God, I can't believe these critics would actually say that Rachel Zegler's turd of a movie, oh, this thing is going to be great. I am so surprised. Man, this was the most obvious move ever. If y'all thought for 1 minute that after everything Disney went through to try to say, hey, man, we got to scale back to premiere over in the UK, out here in Hollywood for Snow White, we got to scale this premiere back. Nobody's allowed to ask Rachel Zegler or Gal Gadot any questions unless they come from Disney. In-house questions only. The only thing you could do is go there, smile, get your goodie bag, maybe take a couple of pictures, and that's it. That's all they were allowed to do. They were not allowed to be journalists. They were not allowed to do any. If they can't ask her any questions, what makes you think they could give an honest review of this thing? You know, it's like, hey, just go in there and watch the movie and tell us what you think. You really think Disney would allow bad press, anything bad to come out of this? I bet you these cats already had the reviews for these dudes when they was walking in the door. All right, let me see if your name is on the list here. Okay, all right. There you go. Shills Shillington. Got you. All right. Hey, welcome to the premiere. Here is your review. Make sure you follow that to the letter. Okay, bro? Yeah, no editing. Exactly as we wrote it. All right? Make sure you use exactly what we said. We ain't taking chances tonight. All right? Next. Come on. They got all of that shit ready to go, right? Ready to go, man. And look, if you say one letter out of line, one punctuation mark where it shouldn't be, you done. Disney took no chances with this, man. So, yeah, when we hear all of this stuff, oh, the first reactions praise the remake. It's a big surprise. Rachel Zegler stuns. Yeah, exactly what we expected them to say. This is absolutely exactly what I expected them to say, almost to the letter. Nobody is shocked here. Look, and let's keep something in mind anytime you're talking about social media reactions, because social media reactions are always different than the actual reviews, all right? They even come on different days. You got the social media embargo, and then you got an actual review embargo, because usually they're different reactions, all right? Like, I'll give you this as an example. Mufasa the Lion King, right? The first reactions praise the Disney film as the perfect prequel with outstanding visuals, a story that deserves to be told. These are the social media reactions, all right? The first social media reactions for The Lion King, or Mufasa the Lion King. Well, how did the reviews go? Yeah, if you go to the Rotten Tomatoes, 57%. Splat, okay? Yeah, see, this 57%, these are the people that they invite to these premieres, all right, to do their social media reactions. It's never the top critics. It's always some lowly, bottom-of-the-barrel type critic, the shills, all right? The big major shills. These are the cats that come and they get the goodie bags and they give their glowing praise of the world premiere, you know, on the red carpet. That's who Disney is inviting to this thing. These people, the 57%, the other 43% that are like, nah, this was dog shit. We're like, this was terrible. Though they are never invited. Disney knows who these people are. They know exactly who these critics are. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out some of their quote-unquote surprising reactions. Nothing surprising about it at all. Let's go ahead and see. The first reaction to Disney's controversial live-action remake of Snow White have landed, praising the film and its lead actress Rachel Zegler as enchanting and calling it one of the studio's best reimaginings in recent years. See, this is textbook. Everything that's happened, this is first paragraph. This is textbook cleanup marketing. All right, we got to start with the actress who's the major problem. Call her Oh, she's enchanting. She's an enchanting little princess. And then we got to say, hey, this is one of the best reimaginings we've gotten. I mean, we are talking top tier stuff right here. They started off perfectly. This is exactly what the shills were hired to do. The shills do their jobs and they do it well. I give them credit, man. I give them credit for just bending over backwards and doing everything that the studio says to perfection. Like I said, they probably wrote it for him, man, just to make sure there wasn't no slip-ups. Despite the movie attracting increasing backlash ahead of its release, with criticism focused on its casting as well as CGI portrayal of the Seven Dwarfs and tweaks to the fairy tale story and a pared-back premiere approach, the feedback so far has been largely positive. And early viewers have even sounded somewhat surprised to be applauding the movie after the constant condemnation it's received ahead of the release. Well, what was the condemnation about? It was really about Rachel Zegler, the actress, being just a giant brat, that doesn't understand what the hell it is that she's talking about, and she's mouthy. All right. Her social media is garbage. That's what people were upset with Disney. It wasn't even so much with the movie. I mean, yeah, there were some issues with the movie, but the number one problem with this film is Rachel Zegler, the person that you had front and center of this entire thing. She was the problem. Her mouth, the fact that she said, oh, the prince, it's ain't 1937, the prince is a stalker and all this other type of shit. I'm pretty sure nobody in Disney told her to say all of that shit. She said that. All right. She got a loose tongue when it comes to social media. She don't know when to shut her mouth up. And so that was the major issue. Calling it one of their strongest ever remakes, Metro Films reporter Tori Brazier praised Rachel Zegler as an enchanting lead and added all the story tweaks work well for a modern audience. And after 88 years, it's a reimagining that makes sense. They still looking for that modern audience, ain't they? They're still trying to find this modern audience, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if they show up for this thing this week. It's not perfect. The songs are a little hit and miss, and the CGI dwarves rightfully remain a contentious issue. And meanwhile, Variety's Katsy Steffen went further, calling 23-year-old Zegler a shining supernova in Snow White, beautifully embodying the graceful, gentle nature of the OG Disney princess. Like when she's riding that horse looking like she's charging in to save the day. Yeah, that don't remind me of Grace or Gentle at all. All right. Again, I guess we got to see it in its context to understand it. It's a visual feast with show-stopping new musical numbers and, of course, dozens of enchanting animated animals. The screenplay wisely gives its heroine newfound depth through her fervent desire to become the leader her father believed she should be, and a love story that's sweet as apple pie. So I guess there is a love story in here, but it's really about her being a leader, okay? And this is always what we expected from Snow White. We want her to become a leader, instead of just being the gentle princess, and yes, a damsel in distress being saved by the prince. Like, again, this isn't really Snow White. This isn't the story of Snow White. Why didn't you just call it something else? Call it something else, but, again, Disney's lazy and stupid. This is what they do. Listen, I was worried. But let me tell you, Snow White is pure Disney magic. I mean, these cats are laying it on thick. Enthused Skylar Schuler of the Dis Insider, referring to the prior unease over the quality of the film given its long and rocky road to release. This will end up being a lot of people's favorite live-action remake, he added in a bold prediction. So yeah, here's some of those social media reactions from the people we just read. Screen Rant interviewer Ash Crossan also described Snow White as quite charming and Zegler as stunning in her role. It almost got a tear out of me. Wow. Holy shit, man. This guy is in the theater crying. It almost got a tear out of me. And look, I've never cried in my entire life. Bruh, they was laying on the bullshit hot and heavy, wasn't they? Man, again, bruh, the Shills, they do their job well. They do their jobs to perfection. Chef's kiss chilling on this one. But look, man, good job, Ash, bro. Good job, man. I don't know what it cost you to, sell out like this, but hey, it is what it is. No, look, all right, real talk. Maybe he really did like the movie. Maybe the Shills are just being honest, and when this thing finally drops, it's going to be 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, and everybody's going to be like, holy crap, what an amazing movie. Maybe that's really how good this movie is. We have to wait and see. Yeah, but when you see this kind of stuff coming out here, man, and especially how Disney approached this thing, like honestly, and I said this on Film Threat, they always hold the review embargo until 24 hours, before a movie drops and before a movie releases. They hold those review embargoes 24 hours until when they're worried about we don't know how these people are going to feel about this. We kind of think we got a dog shit movie on our hands, so let's hold back until the last minute, and then we'll release those reviews and let them go out and do that. They did that with Captain America: Brave New World. Yeah, but you notice that didn't happen with Mufasa. Right? Like Mufasa released December 20 of 2024. All right. But when you actually go and look at its critic reviews, it was actually getting critic reviews early. All right. December 17. So that's like 3 days ahead. 3 days ahead, they were allowing the critics to come in and review the movie. Top critics at that. Everybody go ahead, drop your critic reviews on December 17. Whatever it is, we'll take it. They got a lot of tomatoes early on before the splats started piling up. But yeah, December 17, they were allowed to go in there and review the movie. But they're not doing that with Snow White. Snow White drops March 20 in theaters. You can go and see it March 20. Review embargo lifts on the 19th. A cool 24 hours ahead of time. So to me, again, that tells me everything I need to know. Like, Disney doesn't have confidence that the critics are going to come out and give it a positive, glowing reviews. So they're holding it back to the last minute. Again, maybe they will. Maybe they will. I've been wrong before, but like right now, that's how I'm looking at it, Yeah, and then some more of these reviews. This guy, Matt DeGroot. Despite becoming an internet punching bag, Disney's remake of Snow White is actually mostly successful. Rachel Zegler is an absolute star. Most of the new songs are catchy and beautifully performed, and the visual palette is sumptuous and vibrant. Gal Gadot has beautiful gowns. Wow. This is a terrible, but this is just a social media reaction. Let's see what this guy has to say in his review. But it sounds like he's just, it's mostly successful. So mostly successful can be a 6 out of 10 movie, all right? 6 out of 10, and then he just kind of glows up. Rachel Zegler says the songs are catchy. Gal Gadot has some pretty, dresses, and that's it. Yeah, so yeah, again, keep all of this in mind. Grain of salt anytime you listen to these social media reactions, because once the reviews hit, then you can see what these critics really feel about it. But ultimately, it's going to come down to the audience. How does the audience feel about Snow White? Well, we can tell already that the audience ain't feeling it. Let's go ahead and check out some more ticket sales, man. Once again, this is Burbank 16, Disney's opening, or the Snow White opening night fan event. Yeah, empty. Absolutely empty. The Monday before this thing drops. So yeah, this is terrible. All right, so here's my theater, Del Amo 18. We're going to check Friday, all right? Let's do something different, all right? Let's go to Dolby at 9:15. Why not? Let's see if anybody's coming late to see this thing. Nope. This is it. Wide open. Again, the Monday before. People are already making their weekend plans. Hey, we going to see Snow White? What? Hell no. Nah, we ain't going to see that movie. Nah, bro, we good, okay? We ain't seeing that. So, yeah, nobody's coming to check for this thing. Let's check another time. Let's do, what's going on here? What's going on here? Did they scratch they scratch two screens? How come I can't get the 8:30 and the 10:30? They were there. Look, I'm just seeing this right now as I'm recording this. What in the hell? They scratched two screens? Are the sales that bad that they look? All right, now I got to go and look at some other stuff. All right, let's check Saturday. All right, let's check Saturday. Did they scratch any more? Look. Oh, they're just scratching the late showings. Maybe that's what's happening. Nobody's going to come. This is a kid's movie. Okay, I can understand that. Scratch the late showings, 8:30, 10:30. We don't want the little kids to be out late. But I mean, there's hardly any screens for this then. There are hardly any screens for this. And now it's back at Novocaine. Like, there's hardly any screens for Snow White. They scratched two because nobody was showing up, obviously, and it is kind of late. Little kids don't want to be out. Wow, man. But yeah, let's go based on what they do have open. All right, 25% off at the 2:30 show. The audience is speaking, Disney. Are you listening? Your audience has a lot to say about this, all right? 6:30 Dolby. Nope. Nobody. Let's see, 7:15 IMAX. That's it. What is that? 12, 15 people. Saturday night, 7:15. I don't know who's coming to see this movie. The box office is going to be really interesting. We're going to keep our eye on that, man, because I don't think this thing is going to do what everybody else is saying it's going to do. Everybody's saying, hey, this thing is going to leg itself out. Man, we'll see. I'm not saying it won't happen, but bruh, I'll be surprised. I'll be absolutely surprised if this thing legs out a decent box office. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. Look, this is terrible, man. Let's check one more just for funsies. Boy, man, look at this. This is Saturday. You should be making your weekend plans. We'll keep our eye on it, all right? We'll talk about it a little bit more on the nightcap, all right? And then on Thursday night, after we watch it, we'll see if anybody else is showing up. Unbelievable. But you guys let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.